Fire UV light.
Maybe light energy, light energy. Okay.
So photochemical reaction.
Okay, one word that is loved by IG is the word adaptation.
What does that?
Okay, so adaptation is how it is fit to survive in its surrounding. Okay, so you need to know the adaptation of leaves. Okay, now just randomly, when I say adaptation of leaves, what can you think about?
Likely critical
How is that adaptation?
to prevent water loss by
But that's not photosynthesis, nah.
all photosynthesis.
To allow the light to pass through. So, for example, the upper epidermis
Yeah.
is
Transparent.
transparent. Okay, and then the palisade mesophyll has many chloroplasts, and it's tightly packed. And then the spongy mesophyll is loosely packed so that there is
Diffusion.
as gas exchange. There is spaces for gas exchange for diffusion. So all of that is we're going to talk about that in detail. Okay, when I say insect pollinated and wind pollinated flowers, what comes to your mind? So insect.
Insect pollinator has a colorful petal. To
Yes,
attract
okay, insect pollinated, colorful petal,
pollen are sticky
pollen and sticky. Okay, and then they also have
outside stigma. Forgot.
uh,
What's that called?
okay. Stigma is inside. Insect pollinated stigma is inside. Stamen is inside. Insect is inside. And is inside. Stigma is inside. The pollen is small and sticky. Okay, got nectarine to attract. So there's nice scent to attract. Wind pollinated has feathery stigma. It has light and small pollen. Okay, adaptive feature of sperm and egg. Can you remember?
Sperm
Sperm,
has the enzyme
chromosome.
chromosome which involves the jelly index. So
Yes, correct. And then it also has mitochondria in the midsection. Okay. And egg cell has a layer of jelly coat. All right. So red blood cell, root hair cell, ciliated cell. I'm sure you know. Okay, red blood cell is biconcave shape. It has a lot of hemoglobin. Root hair cell has a large extension, such as ciliated cell has cilia lah,
which
helps to push the mucus. Okay, alveoli, capillary, very thin walls. Okay, what else? So usually we can only say thin walls. We can't think of anything else. Okay, later down there it's going to be. And then what's the adaptation of xylem and phloem? Okay, so they love to ask questions on the word adaptation. Every single past year paper definitely has the word adaptation. Okay?
thing like I know
Actually, xylem, phloem, not really.
xylem has a hollow cell.
Yes, it has. It's a dead cell, no cytoplasm. It has lignin, continuous column, no end plates. Okay, phloem not really lah. Phloem we just need to know what's it for lah. It's just alive. Okay, hydrophyte and xerophyte. This the one lives in water. This one lives in dry area. Correct. So then, how are they adapted?
Hydrophyte have a stomata at the top.
And then xerophyte has sunken stomata. Okay, so we're gonna talk about all of that. Okay, so let's look at the first question. Okay, the diagram below shows two magnification of structure D and E. So this is ciliated cell with goblet cell. This is alveoli with capillary. Okay, describe the structure is related to its function. Okay, this one no lah. Okay, draw the line tables D, this one no. Okay, describe how the structure is related to each of the following.
I know.
Okay, you ready?
I'll say.
What's that?
Once I'll say the walls
The walls are okay, very thin walls. Okay.
for short diffusion distance, and then a lot of capillaries.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I 3 months with it.
Diffusion, yeah, wait,
We get 3 months from the wall.
wait. So the total is 5 marks. So it's one cell take. Okay, so short diffusion distance for oxygen and carbon dioxide. carbon, carbon dioxide. Okay, what else? It also has
There's a lot.
large surface area.
Ah,
It has a large network, so it has a large surface area. Okay, can. Okay, so large network and large surface area. Okay, red blood cell is not easy lah. Okay, so it has
no nucleus.
no nucleus. As hemoglobin. So it has no nucleus, so more space for more hemoglobin. To carry more oxygen. Oh, 2 marks. No nucleus, hemoglobin, large surface area. Okay. Okay, so total is 5 marks.
可以吗？我可以。
Okay. Okay, so for example, this question. So this one is specific adaptation. Some cells use small intestines have many mitochondria. Okay. Show the variation in the average number of mitochondria found in 3 different types of cells. So muscle, why got so many? Mature red blood cell, why got no? And small epithelium, why got? Okay, can you read through this, see whether you understand?
Yeah, of course. 其实咱们在一些
Okay.
if you want to go 老师这个是很容易。
Oh, okay. So, all right. Heart muscle has a lot because you cannot say to contract. You have to say for the heart to constantly contract. Okay, because the heart is the one pumping. All right. Okay. So mature red blood cell doesn't need energy. Why it does? Okay, so first you must mention mitochondria. Mitochondria is for respiration to produce energy. Okay, and then you say the heart muscle need a lot of energy because the muscles need to contract so that the heart can pump blood. Okay, mature red blood cell no need. Why? Because the mature red blood cell needs more space for hemoglobin. The mature red blood cell moves together with the blood, so it doesn't need active transport to move. The oxygen enters by diffusion. Epithelium, they need it for what? Active transport. Active transport requires energy. Like that gives you 6 marks. Okay, so it's a 6 mark question. So you see, you must mention aerobic respiration. You cannot just say respiration to release energy. So what all the cells that have a lot, they do respire more. Heart continuously contract. Epithelial cells more need energy for active transport. Red blood cell needs space for hemoglobin. Okay, red blood cells don't need to move by themselves because they move with the blood and diffusion. So no energy needed for active transport. Okay, can? This is the hydrophyte and xerophyte adaptation. So not just where is the stomata more than that lah. Okay, so what first one is they have large air spaces for flotation, or you can say buoyancy, so that they can float. This is the air spaces, they can float. So they are small roots, so they can extract nutrients from the water. Stomata at the top, because the air is found at the top. Okay, this is for xerophyte, thick waxy cuticle. The cuticle is here, the thick waxy cuticle. The leaves are curved so that here they trap air, humidity. Okay, sunken stomata so that they can trap moist air. The leaf is rolled again to trap air, covered in hairs again to trap air. Water vapor is air. You want to trap it so that it doesn't move. Ah, okay, so this reduces transpiration. Small leaves, so less surface area, and some don't even have leaves, some have needles. And they have extensive shallow roots so that the moment it rains, they can absorb the water. Okay? Okay. Read these two questions to tell me whether they are the same. Oh, slap you. Read it, read it. Is it the same?
Explain how bacteria become resistant to antibiotics. I mean, yeah, it's not like every question. Yeah, isn't it? True.
Is it the same thing?
Yeah, it's the
Okay, so what is it talking about?
natural selection.
Yes. Okay, so natural selection, you always talk about the same thing. All right, you always talk about first, there is a variation in the population. Some have those who are have the features that are favorable to the environment will survive and reproduce. They pass down the allele to their next generation. It's repeated many, many generations, and therefore that's called natural selection. Okay? Okay. So this is standard 5 marks in how to write. Okay, now remember, natural selection is not the same as selective breeding. Okay, why is this under adaptation? Because those who are adapted to the environment is the one that can survive. For example, bacteria, the ones that are resistant bacteria, why are they adapted?
Still selective antibiotic. So they have less competitors at the main.
Yeah,
Then they are also they produce more.
yeah. And then eventually the whole population becomes the resistant bacteria. So selective breeding is different. Selective breeding is not adaptation. Selective breeding is human, caused by human. Okay, this is the human chooses it. If in a real life situation, do you think a poodle will be able to survive? There is no way in any environment that the poodle will be the one chosen. So poodle is done specifically selective breeding. All the poodles lah, chihuahua lah, all the useless dogs, they are actually by selective breeding. The features that they have in no way allows them to survive in a real harsh environment. Okay, can? So how do we choose? We choose according to the amount of meat they have, amount of milk they have, amount of eggs they have. And then we just keep choosing individuals with that particular feature. We choose them to breed or choose the, or if it's plants, we say cross. Okay. Don't go right there, choose them to have sex, don't write things like that. Okay. So if it's animals, we say breed. If it's plants, we say cross. And then from the offspring, we choose the individual with the desired features and repeat for many generations. Okay, so for example, crops that are disease resistant, more crop yield, can survive in very harsh conditions, better tasting, and large or unusual flowers. Okay, right, can you do this question? This one.
Sure. Unreal.
Answer. Okay, wait, I have to share this. Is it? Okay, so this is the answer for just now the question. Okay, now we go back to this. Okay, now suggest the likely effect of the removal of gallbladder. Okay, what did you write?
Yeah, so like concentrate bile first.
Okay.
From the
Uh-huh. Produced from the liver, it's stored in the gallbladder and released from the gallbladder.
I wrote produce. I thought produce cannot.
Can. The one that makes it is the liver. The liver's gallbladder is inside the liver. And then what happens now? After that?
As it comes out store, I wrote that bio cannot be released to the stomach.
Duodenum.
So let me read. So no emulsification, so fat digestion decrease.
Uh-huh.
And I wrote the stomach acid cannot be neutralized.
Yes.
So he died lah.
Okay, so bile. Okay. Okay, sorry, yeah. Okay. So effect on digestion movie goes to the gallbladder. So cannot store bile. So no bile sent to duodenum. So pH in duodenum remains acidic. Okay, so because it's acidic, who cannot function? Okay, so uh, not optimum pH for lipase. Okay, and then fat cannot be emulsified. Okay, so because fat cannot be emulsified,
I cannot write it. I can write this.
less and slower. No, no, can, it's okay, it's okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So less digestion of fat or no digestion of fat. Of fat. Okay. Okay, ready? Do you understand?
Yeah. 现在嘛，起码讲什么好。
Okay, okay. Hold on. Okay. Okay, check here.
应对。
Okay, okay. Yes, can. Okay, plant nutrition.
It's all like year two science one.
Yeah, okay. So a lot of students forget this part. Okay. Chlorophyll transfers energy from light energy to chemical energy for the synthesis of carbohydrates. This is the definition of photosynthesis. Remember, yeah, but it transfers it, changes the energy. Okay, so you cannot, definition, you cannot write what you feel. Okay, so there's a question that they ask you, what will be used in the products of products of photosynthesis, what is it going to be used for? So the glucose is used to make starch, to store. It's used to make cellulose, to build cell wall. It's used to make glucose that is used for cell respiration for energy. It's used to make sucrose for transporting fluid. It's used to make nectar to attract insects. So this all is a 3-mark question that they always ask. Okay, can? All right. What makes photosynthesis faster? What are limiting factors? Temperature, light intensity, and concentration of carbon dioxide. What are limiting factors for transpiration, temperature, wind speed, humidity? Don't confuse the two. Okay, now this one, right? Temperature, right? The graph will be like this because of enzyme. Okay, because that if the temperature is too high, photosynthesis will die out because of enzyme signature. But this one, right, it will also become like that, and then eventually like that. But this is not because of temperature. This is because the stomata close. Why stomata close? The gut cell become flaccid. Okay, can?
Yes, you
Yeah.
forgot capitalists.
If I get somebody like you tomorrow,
Yeah.
I will throw them out of the section.
I'm sorry.
Okay, transpiration. Your brother came to the seminar once. He came to the seminar, yeah. Okay, the loss of water vapor from leaves. Okay, that is the definition of transpiration. Okay, xylem. Remember just now we were talking about adaptation? Thick walls with lignin. That's adaptation. No cell content, no end plates. Cell instead join end to end with no cross walls or end plates for long continuous tube. Okay, can you remember? All right. Okay, please do this now. Do this and do this. Do this.
10 mark fully shot.
Yep.
No.
Yes. Okay. So let's continue discussion. Ding 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 ding. Oh my god, there's so much to go.
I know that, the bioreactor.
Yeah, we just talked about it that day. Okay. How does different parts affect?
I don't know.
Okay. So so you're supposed to, okay, look at the question carefully. They said name. So your name will get 1 mark. Uh, Name each of T, U, V, W. Explain the importance of each of the process of photosynthesis. Okay, now T is palisade mesophil, so it's not very obvious lah. Traps light energy for photosynthesis. Okay, U is phloem, not xylem. You need to remember xylem is the one on top. Phloem is the one below. And xylem is the one with the double thick lignin. Okay, so how does phloem help? Phloem transports away the uh, products of photosynthesis. Okay, this one is spongy mesophyll and also air spaces. So you can talk about either one. Okay, so air spaces allows for the gas exchange for to provide carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, and W is uh gut cell,
Oh, is it stomata also?
stomata and gut cell. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so your answers are what? Palisade, T is palisade cell, has chloroplast to absorb light energy. U is phloem, okay, to transport or translocation of sugars or sucrose and amino acid from source to sink. Okay. Then spongy mesophyll has air spaces, allow for gas exchange, okay, to allow carbon dioxide to diffuse in. And it also has chlorophyll. This one is the spongy mesophyll, also has chlorophyll that absorbs light. Stomata and gut cell. The gut stomata can open and close to allow for transpiration. Okay. Okay. Transpiration is water loss. So okay, so you see, like this one, right? Okay, so you must always put extra. Okay, you must always put extra. Okay,
Let's scroll a bit for
extra.
for EV.
Wait.
Spongy one mark. Okay. Their spaces one mark. Just diffusion one mark. So I will also have clone parts for the spongy. Full mark, right? Because it takes
Spongy, yeah, yeah. As long as the mark that is correct.
so 4 marks. This is scroll up for the plastic. Yeah. I just I couldn't got to more.
Okay. So that's why keywords are very, very important. Okay.
I got 10 lah, but I could have gotten more.
No, but the maximum is 10 anyway, right?
No, like
Oh, you got spare marks lah.
just in
Okay,
case.
okay, okay. Understand. All right, now this is what you must remember. Okay, so from here, this is xylem. Xylem always looks like this one. Okay, from here to here is osmosis. From here to here is also osmosis. Okay, but here to here is evaporation because it's from the surface. Water from the surface becomes water vapor. And this one is diffusion. Okay, can? All right. So look at this.
Of course.
Okay. Check carefully.
If I got the evaporation wrong, but I got the turned into water vapor, I get a mark.
You have the evaporation wrong.
But I got the changes from liquid to gas.
In 1 mark.
Oh wait, no, I wrote that in L3.
No mark.
Diffusion one mark. Yeah, that makes 1 mark.
Okay,
Yeah.
can?
I love bio.
Okay. Leaf from different plant species transpire at different rates. State and suggest structural differences in lower surface of these leaves which might produce different in the transpiration rate.
Well, let's see.
Yeah, how? What do you think?
I wrote a lot because I didn't know what to write.
Okay, so they're actually asking.
I wrote smaller stomata. I wrote what's called the
So you must correct content lah. So if you're talking about surface area of the leaf, the larger the surface area, the larger rate of photosynthesis lah, transpiration. The thicker the cuticle, the slower. The more stomata, the faster the rate of transpiration. The bigger the size of stomata, the more. So they're just asking you how it affects. That's it. Okay.
I wrote bio stomata smaller. Then less what's called water vapor pushes out.
Mm.
That's 2 marks.
Mhm.
I wrote if they got more sludgy in mesophyll cells, then less water can evaporate from the
Mm.
no mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much? Nothing.
So
Two out of three. Okay lah, 2 out of 3. Okay, you understand how to write now?
I love my
Yay.
geometry so fun. Bio is so hard.
It's not hard, it's just a lot of words. Okay, gas exchange and respiration.
And that's what I
Okay. Huh? Uh, so the features of gas exchange and surface are large surface area. So remember this one we talked about adaptation. Okay, large surface area, thin surface, because only one cell take good blood supply. Good blood supply means a lot of,
capillaries.
okay? Okay, now, when we exercise and increase carbon dioxide concentration in the blood, it's detected by the brain. Why? Because carbon dioxide is acidic, so the pH drops. Okay? So it's increased rate and depth greater in the breathing. So the brain will send information. Aerobic respiration, chemical reactions in cell that use oxygen to break down nutrient molecules, release energy. Okay, so aerobic is using oxygen. If you forget to write nutrient molecule, write glucose, they usually say it's okay. Okay, anaerobic is without oxygen to release energy. Okay, okay, when you breathe in, the ribs move.
Ribs expand.
The ribs is the
Yeah.
bone. Ribs move up or down?
Move up.
Move up.
And
The internal, okay, relax. External will
so contract.
contract. Diaphragm contracts and flattens. Uh, volume, pressure. Okay.
So many questions on.
It's just a tree.
Every single time you do one machine. Yeah.
Okay. Can adaptation. So this is another adaptation. Adaptation for alveoli. This one we talked a little bit about it already. So large surface area, thin surface, good blood supply, and good ventilation. Specifically for alveoli is ventilation. Ventilation means new air coming in, old air going out. Like you know how you open the windows to allow air circulation. Okay. Capillaries is very narrow and thin, only one cell thick. Runs close to the cells, very numerous and large surface area. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. This one very easy. 3 objective questions only.
Oh, I know now.
Okay. 3.
我不可以说英文。
Percentage of oxygen in expired air is 16%.
This is scaring me.
This is inspired. This is atmospheric air. This is out for carbon dioxide. This is in for carbon dioxide. That's why all the numbers look familiar. Which process will continue without energy from respiration, osmosis, because it's a passive reaction?
Yeah.
Okay. Which row shows the products of anaerobic human? In human, at least. Human is lactic acid only. Yeah, human is only lactic acid. No, human is C6H12O6. It literally just splits into two. Okay, yeast is alcohol and carbon dioxide. So the answer is B. Okay. Okay. This one. Okay, now this is another very, very common question. They will ask you how neurotransmitter goes from one to the next neuron. So the first neuron, you must know the names. Okay, neurotransmitter is inside here. This is a vesicle. So the neurotransmitter is released into the synaptic gap, and then it will diffuse across. Diffuse across, and then what happens is it binds to the receptor proteins that is on the next neuron. And this causes a electrical impulse. And then it is complementary shape. Okay? Okay, now this question. Analgesic are drugs that help to stop the person from feeling pain. Shows the shape of some analgesic drugs. So if you look at this, okay, this thing here is still complementary like that. Okay, so it will block. Okay, it will block. It's not the same, but it's similar, but it will block. So it will block, but it will not send a impulse. Okay, so because of that, the person feels pain or doesn't feel pain. That's what analgesic means. Analgesic means painkiller. So suggest how this analgesic drug stops a person from feeling pain. Okay, so the drug has a similar shape to the neurotransmitter and it binds with the receptor protein. So it blocks the receptor from and stops the neurotransmitter from binding. Okay, can so the pain receptor cannot the pain receptor's information cannot reach the brain. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. This is an eye. Can you remember everything?
I remember the structure, of course.
Okay, this one is
K is
cornea,
J is yeah.
iris here,
That's the
pupil. The lens is not even drawn here. The lens is here.
oh yeah, where's the lens?
That's why it's not drawn here. This is the fovea. This is the optic nerve. This is the blind spot. Okay. Pupil reflex is J and the here, pupil is here. Okay. Accommodation is the ciliary muscle, suspensory ligaments, and the lens. Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Shoot. Okay, let's do one by one. For pupil reflex,
the radial muscle and the circular muscle, right?
circular. Okay, so we all you know that there is circular. So this is the pupil. There is circular,
Yeah.
and there is radial. Radial is like that. Okay, we think of one at a time. Okay, now circular constrict. Circular contract causes the pupil to constrict. You just remember C. Okay,
Circular.
the circular muscle contracts. It will cause the pupil to constrict. Constrict means become smaller. Okay, this happens in bright light. So the radial is just the other way around. Lah. The radial contract, it causes the pupil to dilate. This is in dim light. Remember? Okay. None of this is accommodation. Accommodation is something totally different.
Accommodation.
Accommodation is when you're looking at near things, the ciliary muscle contracts. Suspensory ligament slackens, and the lens becomes more convex, round and fat, and light will refract more. Okay? Which is what you need to write over here. Go. Do this. Do 2 and 3.
Tomorrow.
Do 2, 3, 4 now. That's the whole chapter. Go. Do it now.
Wait, don't you want?
1. I already wrote for you, right? You want to write it down?
I actually. Sure.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Here's the
Okay, so in order to see something near, what happens is ciliary muscle contract, suspensory ligaments become slacken. Okay.
Factor.
Yeah. So the shape, the lens becomes fatter, more.
More like is refracted.
Yes, and therefore allows accommodation to occur, and then the image will land on the fovea. Okay, so contract. Okay, suspensory ligaments slacken, lens becomes more
More constant.
convex,
Yeah, I can say
light is refracted more so that image lands on fovea. This is accommodation because it's a 5-mark question. So you must write something that is worth 5 marks.
do black cows make chocolate milk.
Sure.
I don't to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Miss.
Yes.
Do you know what's born inside the car and die outside the car?
No.
Carbon dioxide. Ah, ha, ha. Yeah,
Okay. Done?
yeah.
I saw this before.
That's stupid.
Okay. Compare these two types of coordination. So nervous is fast. Nervous system is faster but short living. Okay, only last for a short while, not short living. Last short while. Okay. But the hormones last longer, effect lasts longer, affects hormone affects more than one target organ.
We're target our
Called target organ.
target our
Yeah, but then nervous system only affects the effector. One effector, the muscle lah. Okay. Hormones. Hormones transported by
bloodstream.
yeah blood plasma. Okay. Then for the other one, electrical impulse transported in neurons. Okay. Get it? Mm,
Okay. 对，
yeah.
老师，我的中文考试我很难。
Some maize seeds were pinned on the ground and provided with light all direction. Okay. The board was placed in a clinostat. Do you remember what's a clinostat? Yeah, it's to cancel out gravity. Okay. The board was rated continuously and the seed germinated and roots grew. Alright.
Shoot and tip.
Okay.
Tip diffusion. Wait, diffusion, right?
Yeah, diffusion.
Oxen. Yeah. I wrote equal.
No.
Wait, is it?
This is gravity.
Oh, yeah. I wrote equal. Elongation. Then I wrote grow against gravity goes outwards. Those are your thoughts. So normal gravity.
You say the shoot grows upwards, sir?
No, you grow upwards. You just grow upwards.
No, you must say who. Shoot.
Yeah, same one.
Phototropism. Okay.
Okay. Wait, Miss, how about DNA molecule?
Or you can say roots grow downwards.
Yeah, I can say.
Oh, this is the root. Sorry. This is the root. Sorry, I didn't see.
Roots.
That's the root. So the root grows downwards. I didn't see the diagram properly.
Okay.
Okay, get it? Okay, do this one. You do this one.
I
These
did
two.
the first year already, but I forgot to be
Okay.
explain how does DNA molecule chooses.
Let's see. Nucleus of a cell contains DNA and control the cell function. Diagram shows one of these DNA molecules. Takes the structure of P chromosome.
Three genes, right?
No, gene is
Oh,
Q is a nucleotide. Nu
what?
You know how amino acid is the simplest unit for protein?
Yeah.
Nucleotide is the simplest unit for DNA.
Wait, so ATGC, every single one of them is inside.
No, it's not.
One of them.
No. This is the base.
Yeah.
The back got phosphate and sugar.
Yeah.
The whole thing is one nucleotide. Explain how DNA molecules control cell function. The sequence of the bases determine the sequence of the amino acid. This will form different kinds of protein. Okay, so it codes for a protein. Okay, then I give the example. Okay, so this one, DNA codes for a protein. The sequence of the bases determine the amino acids. Okay, this forms specific proteins such as yeah. Okay.
So fish.
Okay, do this one.
I don't know.
A form of a gene that is always affect when it's present. Dominant. Two different forms of a gene.
Heterozygous, right?
Having two different genes. So I didn't see the word first. Yes, heterozygous. I didn't see the first word. Apologies. Having two of the same gene. Yes.
The genotypes.
Combination of alleles. Yeah.
And the only time to see you can see, right? Visually. Okay.
The observable. Okay, so this one we done many times really lah. The mRNA and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this one.
So many questions on
You don't finish everything.
which one?
Okay, I just want you to do 3
Uh,
and 4 and part 6 and
oh, yeah,
7.
I did the exact same question.
Okay,
A
good.
lot of fun really.
Okay, do. Quick, 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 quick.
What's the gene like? Be
Okay.
what is what? Wait,
Okay, one parent with
yeah.
blood group B and the other blood group A have a child with blood group O. So it's
Your
B
alright.
blood and A
This
blood.
is gene like
Eh, sorry. I didn't see.
this one.
Okay, so IBIO.
However, I just
Not in a million years.
I wrote
Wrong,
I wrote
wrong,
AB.
wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is the Punnett square. Okay, so what will you get? Possibility is IAIB, IAIO, IBIO, and IOIO. Correct now. So possible blood groups is AB, ABO. Okay? State the probability of each of the following for the second child of these parents being the same sex as the first child, 50%. Having the same blood group as the first child, 25%. No.
Oh yeah, plus the bottom.
No! Every single
Yeah, lor.
time you have a child,
Yeah, lor.
it's 50%. It doesn't mean your mother had a boy, now the second one definitely be a girl. It doesn't work that way. It's still 50%, 25%.
It's only
No, it's not inheritance shown by the allele such group, but discontinuous.
what's the difference again?
Discontinuous is the ones that only genes.
This
Continuous is genes as well. No, sorry, co-dominant. That's different. Or they are not asking variation. They're asking co-dominant. Sorry. Blood group AB, co-dominance. They're not asking variation. I read wrongly. Co-dominance. Co-dominance because in AB, both are shown. The variation one is what type of variation? The discontinuous is like blood group and gender. You either this or this. The continuous one is like height, like that. Okay, this one.
yeah. Should I too lazy? It's probably 25%.
Faster do it. Don't guess. Don't hire me.
50%.
Fruit flies can either have red eyes or white eyes. It's a sex-linked location in the X chromosome. To have red eyes is dominant. Okay. The fruit fly with XR XR is crossed with a fruit fly with XRY. So this is XR.
Wow, so wow, you can give my also.
The boy is Y lah.
Oh yeah,
Mysterious.
fun.
So
Five.
red eye, only 25% would be white eye, 75 will be red eye. Get it?
I have like 55 also.
Okay. This
This one can do. Oh, yes. Restriction is discrete sticky ends. Right?
Oh.
The next one is probably like this.
Yeah.
Called okay, I know. Something faster than oh.
Starts with the R.
Ryan. It's right? No. What's the there? Recombinants.
Correct.
Oh, that, yes.
Okay.
I'll say things. Like it's the same thing as above.
Yeah, okay.
That's the right.
But you just have okay. Alright.
That's so useful.
This has nothing to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we missed 1 hour 30 minutes. We did half the syllabus already.
Yeah.
We more than half.
Okay, dah.
I go here. We do the.
Your turn.
Really?
Do you remember what this is not?
Yeah.
Okay, so nitrogen fixing bacteria changes the nitrogen in the air into the soil and also by lightning. Uptake of nitrate ions, okay. Plants are eaten by herbivores. Deamination in animals occurs in the form of urea.
Yeah. That.
Decomposition of animal and plant matter to form ammonium ions. Nitrification occurs to convert ammonium ions to
Nitrates. Yeah, try that. I'll try.
nitrate.
Nitrate.
The process of de
Denitrification.
deamination. Sorry, denitrification. Yes. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was looking at urea up here. Denitrification.
What's that?
Okay. Both carbon. If you write respiration, I'm going to start front. Decomposition and
Everything.
feeding.
What? The plants eating one.
Ah,
See the principal source of energy.
you don't know this also?
Sun.
The sun. Okay, this one you say you know, but how do you get 6 marks?
Which one? Oh. Okay, can I say anything? So, first, you do the thing on top, right on thing. Okay.
What do you mean write the thing?
Okay, so first you sort out the wait, let me think. So first you cut out the part of the plasmid of bacteria using restriction enzyme. You cut out the part of human gene which what's the question? You cut out the gene which contains the method of making protein inside human using a restriction enzyme also, which creates the sticky ends or balls. And you put the human gene inside the plasmid and stick it with ligase. Then you place it back in the bacteria. And you put the bacteria into the bioreactor. And the bioreactor gives the
So first you must use the section of DNA is isolated or cut using restriction enzyme. The plasmid is also cut using the same restriction enzyme to get sticky ends. Then it's inserted and then it's stuck together with ligase. And then after that, you insert the recombinant plasmid back into the bacteria. And then you take the recombinant plasmid and put it inside a fermenter to allow it to reproduce.
Well, let's just say fermenter or bioreactor.
Bioreactors, bioreactor. Okay.
So quiet today.
Okay. Let's do the next one. So this is the bioreactor lah. So you must know what is the each part is for. Okay. What is the water jacket for? Water jacket is to maintain temperature because if the temperature changes, then the pH will change and then the enzymes will denature. And then you need a probe to monitor the pH to give it optimal pH. And then you also have to have air filter to prevent any other bacteria or pathogen from entering so that you only have the one that you want. Okay, and then you need to have a stirrer to make sure everything is equally distributed. Okay, can all right, you must know the function of everything. Okay, this one, right? they always ask you, it's always a 5 mark question, 6 mark question. Okay, what happens at low temperature, at low pH? Okay, why is it important to maintain pH? Okay, least enzyme activity, less enzyme substrate. Okay, this is temperature. Okay, so less enzyme substrate. As it goes up, more kinetic energy, particles have more collision, more enzyme substrate complexes. Then after that, on the top, there's the most optimum temperature. Then after that, above that, enzymes denature because they no longer fits. This one, the active site changes shape, substrate no longer fits in the active site. The
pH
optimal pH is 9 for this question.
pH 5 nature
It's not also denature.
Ah.
Extreme pH is also denatures. Okay. Okay. Osmosis and heat transport all is very easy lah.
yeah, so it's like
Okay, this is another question. They ask you why there is why does energy decrease? Why there's not that many trophic levels? Why is not 5 trophic levels? Okay, so you must say energy decreases between trophic level 1.1 to 4 by respiration, by other reasons. Not all the organism is eaten. Not some are energy is lost species. And another question is why is it better to represent food chains using pyramid of energy than pyramid of biomass or even pyramid of numbers? Okay, why is pyramid energy better? Because pyramid energy always be energy shape. Will always be pyramid shape. So it's more accurate representation. It takes into account the different rate of reproduction. It takes into account different sizes. Okay. Sigmoid curve, remember not? Lag, log, stationary, depth. You must be able to explain what happens where lah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that done already?
I want to bathroom.
Yes, yes, go, go, go.
Okay.